So you've been you're coming over to the Gambia on the 21st of Jan 2011 with Footballgambia. What are your expectations of the trip?
Well, I'll tell you what, I think it's going to be a good challenge for me personally, really, as a relatively new coach, but experienced stroke old goalkeeper. Actually running, talking to you today, what we're looking to do is running a whole session for coaches and for goalkeepers. It's going to be a good challenge for me putting that together and getting it over and making it enjoyable for the participants. I'm also looking forward to seeing the country as well. I think that would be good, and the way that the guys live and learn and in their education program, meeting the people, the students and all that is going to be good. You see it on the telly and you think fantastic, yeah. But to actually be there and do it and be part of it, I think it's going to be a good experience for me, on a personal level, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to passing on my enthusiasm and my knowledge, playing wise goalkeeping, and getting it over into watching to see how they take it on board and how they develop over the week, really.
Yeah. Okay, that's brilliant. I mean, one thing it's nice to pick out when you said you actually want to see what the country's like and basically get to travel around. What I would like to do is, while you're out there, while you're doing the kind of the Footballgambia level 1 coaching stuff, is to move you to different locations. So maybe you would run one of the courses in Lamin, for instance, and then maybe we would take you over to the North Bank, the kind of the least developed part of the Gambia, maybe over to one of the villages over there, Sitanunku springs to mind, so you can run a session there, and then at least while you're coaching the kids you can get to see the country as well and kind of feel the vibe and experience the whole culture.
No, that'd be great. I look forward to that.
All right, fantastic. We've coming to the end of the questions. I've got the second from last one. Can you run through, you said about your coaching and you're looking forward to kind of putting it together. Can you briefly run through what your coaching program would be or is going to be for the coaches in the Gambia?
Yeah, basically on the goalkeeping front, we'll be looking initially at the keeper's his set position, how he sets himself when he's waiting for a cross to come in or a shot to be struck. We spend quite a bit of time on that. It sounds quite basic, but if the lads haven't quite grasped it or haven't got it as a natural thing, you can spend quite a bit of time on that and showing them, how and why they have that sort of position when they're waiting to receive a shot. We then go on to the obvious things: your handling techniques, scoops, cut position, W position with your hands when the balls are coming in, what technique you'd use for what shot, collapsing and diving saves, i.e. a shot that's near to your feet that you can't move across and use one of your handling techniques on. You'd use a collapsing save. If it's a low diving save, if it's a bit further away, how you'd step into the ball and dive across, how your body weight moves. And then we'd move on crosses, bit of distribution, and 1v1 situations. And what I also like to do is, again from a personal point of view, from the old days where your goalkeeping warm-up was, right mate, you go and stand there and I'm going to belt it at you from the penalty spot. They now have goalkeeping specific warm-ups on match days, and again, that's all. A lot of that is down to personal opinion or preference, but I quite like to have a good half-hour session before the game starts, and we can do a whole session on that of just saying, right, this is what I would suggest as a pre-match warm-up for your goalkeeper, which that's quite good fun as well.
Okay, so you see that focus there on the pre-match warm-ups. If you were to compare them to what you were kind of taught when you used to work, you used to play, or you play as a keeper now, but back in your heyday, if you like, can you see the benefits of the new strategies and the new techniques that you're using now?
Oh yeah, most definitely. On the warm-up, preparing yourself for a game now, you need to be on your mettle from when the referee blows his whistle at the start until it finishes at the end. And the little warm-up drills that you do prior to a game get you ready for that first, the first shot that you might have in the first minute. Some games you won't have one for 80 minutes, but you need to be on, those little concentration things. You've got to be concentrating all the time.
Can you see that there's maybe less injuries now with the pre-match warm-ups, or is it kind of too difficult?
Well, yeah, there probably are. Although having said that, today, just before I come out, I see Paul Robinson's got injured in the warm-up yesterday at Blackburn, done his calf, taken a cross, I think it was. I saw him and he's collapsed in the heat. So he could be out for a while, but there you go. That's the other side of the coin, I expect.
Okay, well, last question. If you had any advice to give to young goalkeepers, what would it be?
Play centre forward. No. Well, I would, with the youngsters, I think, the ones that are starting out or have been playing for a bit, is work hard at an early age to get your basics right. Your right shapes, your hand shapes, your body shapes. Work on good technique. There's more to goal. There's a lot more to goalkeeping than just making flying saves in the top right hand corner and all that sort of stuff. I always used to think if I'd come off at the end of a game and my knees were clean and my shorts were clean and I haven't let a goal in, I've been in the right position. I haven't had to dive around. If I come off really muddy, I think, must have been in the wrong position coming off like this. But no, and I think the greatest thing that the kids can do now is with the television coverage you've got, watch and learn from the top blokes, from like your Robert Greens and all that. No. And the DVDs you can get now just on goalkeeping stuff is just watch and learn and listen. You learn so much from listening to people, I think. So and that's it. And the most important thing is enjoy it. Got to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you're wasting your time. Yeah. So that's probably why we're still doing it now, because we love it.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming down.
No problem. Enjoyed it. Good stuff.
Excellent.
Thanks very much.
Cheers. Thanks.